Everyone, today is a bit of a channel status update. The last few months have been less than great for my own health, motivation and free time to work on YouTube or hobbies. Between chronic illness, falling ill, and a sledgehammer that is British summers and hay fever combined, and the constant trying of new treatments, it's been a rather trying time. The last few years have been some of the most emotionally hardest of my life, and many great people have reached out to helping me keep momentum and take each step forward. Now, all said, the channel's been somewhat on life support. I'm about 2 months trailing behind my own cut down schedule for videos. This has unfortunately left me behind on some commitments to both Virpil and Thrustmaster, so my apologies to those, as I've kept them waiting. Needless to say, reviews of these will be coming soon. It's just typical that about 5 to 6 major flight sim products are released in the same month, during a time where I'm simply too unwell to work. Any of you who've been keeping up with the recent Flight Sim Expo in the States recently will have heard about the return of force feedback joysticks for the general public with Moza, Winwing and Virpil's unannounced model. Now, this is something I'd really like to do a video on, showing off why you should be excited, as force feedback is most likely something you've never used, having been about 20 years since the last successful stick came out, being the height of late 90s and early 2000s simulation, and I just so happen to have a couple surviving relics of that more civilized time to demonstrate. Regarding tutorials, I'm hoping to get through the pave spike at long last. There's tips and tricks for queuing the pod, and some good info on how the pod actually works to help you guys avoid misunderstanding features and limitations as bugs. And of course, to get the most out of it, these had been planned for just after the Phantom release. Beyond that, long term, I'd like to do a full series on the Phantom and shore up other modules, but then I'd also like to hit some of the more general DCS topics to break it up. If you've got ideas, suggestions on topics that you struggle with, I'd love to hear from everyone, so you're invited to comment below. I've got no plans to cover the Kiowa. It's not really a huge interest to me and I lack the time, in all honesty. The Chinook, well, I might give it a look over, but I'm a little concerned as far as the initial release features go, and we'll probably visit that a year later. Now, I'm also looking to get some Let's Play type content returning to the channel too. Raven 1 is a difficult one. It's been quite time consuming to produce, with personal trick rides and committing to mission prep to ensure I can put on a good showing. Additionally, as I opted for external shots in each of the episodes, it's just been a production nightmare. I'll most likely be cutting these down just to the core events in an attempt to make them just that bit quicker to make without spending the better part of a week on one video, as it's simply taken me far too long to get the series complete. After that, I'm wondering what's next, and well, it could be more campaigns. I've had my eye on some A10C Warthog action, but the easier to make R2 Great Battles as a name in the game permadeath series might be quite fun to try, and it's a sim providing a great campaign that I'd like to play more of. With a bit of luck, I want to try and keep to one video a week, maybe the odd one more. But life's still somewhat chaotic and unpredictable between my own health and working and responsibilities. I've been thinking hard now on what it takes and how to reduce the time it takes to make videos, and trying to make some adjustments simply to reduce the overhead and minimum loss in quality. This has always been a bottleneck for my videos, and most likely you will see tutorial topics split up into smaller segments where appropriate. So, well, that's the state of affairs. I hope everyone's doing well. Drop any suggestions of things you want to talk about in the comments, and we'll just have to see how we go from there, one step at a time. The next video will be the Virpil Cadet Throttle, and then most likely a quick tutorial and the Thrustmaster Ava base. So until then, take care.